So I came to London to watch a Premier League football game. That's honestly how this all started, and every time I come, I end up staying in this area, Kensington, Earl's Court. This is actually my 8th trip to London in the last 2 years. And out of those 8 trips, this is my 4th time staying right here at Hotel Indigo Kensington. I've tried other hotels in the area, the Xenia, the Prime Hotel, but I keep coming back to this one. And it really comes down to one thing, location. You land at Heathrow, you get on Piccadilly line, no changes, no taxis, no stress, and you ride for around 40 minutes straight to Earl's Court Station. Walk 2 minutes and you're here. That is the whole journey from the airport. Hotel Indigo Kensington is a boutique 4-star on Barkston Gardens. A really quiet street. The rooms are updated, quiet and comfortable. The bathroom has a rain shower, and each room has a kettle, complimentary bottled water and cookies. It's a nice hotel, but honestly, the reason I keep coming back is not the room, it's the location. The location is everything. But here's the thing, as a real estate agent, every time I stay somewhere, I start doing the math. And after 8 trips to London, staying in this neighborhood over and over again, I started thinking about the Americans I work with back home in Queens and Long Island. Empty nesters, people who have retired or are about to or thinking about retiring, people who have always wanted to try living abroad for a real stretch of time. Not a vacation, but actually living somewhere. And this neighborhood kept coming up in my head because the question isn't just, is it a nice place to stay? The question is, could you actually live here for 3 months? Could you cook your own meals, do your laundry, have your own space, feel like a local, and what would that actually cost? That's what today is about. I'm going to walk you through this neighborhood, show you what it feels like to actually be here, and look at some service apartment options for Americans thinking about a longer stay in London. Let's go. From the front door of Hotel Indigo, Earl's Court Tube Station is 2-minute walk, and I want you to see what that actually looks like because it tells you everything about why this neighborhood works for a longer stay. Before you even get to the station, look what's right here. Marks and Spencer Simply Food, a few doors from Earl's Court. Now for Americans who haven't been to London before, M&S is basically a really good grocery and prepared food store. Fresh meals, good quality, reasonable prices. If you are living in a service apartment for 3 months and you need dinner tonight, this is essentially right at your doorstep. Little things like this matter when you're actually living somewhere, not just visiting. And this is Earl's Court Tube Station. After 8 trips to London in the past 2 years, I figured out that this station is really the key to the whole neighborhood. You got 2 lines running through here, the District line and the Piccadilly line. That Piccadilly line I mentioned, it runs right through here. 2 minutes from Hotel Indigo, and you're connected to the whole city. Central London in under 15 minutes. Now, this station sits on the boundary of Zone 1 and Zone 2, which means for a lot of journeys you're paying Zone 2 prices, but getting Zone 1 access. For someone living here for 3 months, that adds up. This station is basically your front door to London. This is Collingham Serviced Apartments on Collingham Gardens, about a 10-minute walk from Hotel Indigo. This is a 4-star service apartment building, 26 units total, on a beautiful quiet garden square in South Kensington. I came here first today, and even from the outside you can tell it's well run. Now I want to explain something before we go any further because this is really the whole point of today's video. When you rent a service apartment like this one, everything is included. Wi-Fi, all utilities, daily housekeeping 5 days a week, fully equipped kitchen. You are not dealing with electricity, internet, contracts, or any of the headaches that come with a regular rental. You arrive, you unpack, and you live. That is the difference between a service apartment and a regular rental. And for an American staying for 1, 2, 3 to 6 months in London, that difference is enormous. I was able to go inside and see one studio, the only studio in the entire building. It hadn't been cleaned, so I could only take photographs. But I can tell you, it has its own private terrace, a fully equipped kitchen, and it felt very well maintained. Quiet building, well managed, the kind of place where you feel comfortable staying for months. Pricing varies by season. The gentleman at the desk told me to check the website directly for current rates, and for a long stay, it's always best to contact the property directly. I checked October availability for a 30-day stay. The only unit was a 1-bedroom available at £8,587 a month. On the website, it stated that members get 15%. Contact them directly for better rates and real availability, especially for longer stays. You can also find them at collinghampapartments.co.uk. And then right here on the same street as Hotel Indigo, literally Barkston Gardens, is Presidential Serviced Apartments. I stopped in at the front desk to ask a few questions. They were fully occupied today, so there was nothing to view, which honestly tells you something about how in demand this location is. But the gentleman at the desk was very helpful. Studios and 1-bedroom apartments, everything included. Wi-Fi, utilities, air conditioning, daily servicing. Summer is peak season and prices reflect that. I checked October availability for a 30-day stay. The lowest price studio starts at £4,670 a month through the booking platform. Always contact the property directly and you will get better rates and more accurate availability than anything you see online. February and March are your best months for pricing, so if you have flexibility on when you come, plan for late winter. Now, these are just 2 properties we looked at today, but look around. Look at these streets. These aren't just beautiful buildings. This is the textbook architecture of the Royal Borough of Kensington, surrounded by these iconic Victorian row houses and historic period buildings. And because of strict London conservation laws, developers can't just build new high-rises here. Instead, a huge number of these massive Victorian townhouses have been masterfully converted on the inside into premium service apartments. So for anyone thinking about renting, the opportunity is right here. The options are incredibly versatile, ranging from compact studios to sprawling multi-bedroom luxury suites, all sitting in the premium SW5 postcode, right in the heart of Earl's Court and South Kensington, and all within walking distance of Earl's Court Station. And for anyone looking at this through the lens of an investor, pay very close attention to what you're looking at. It's not just the prestige of these historic garden squares, it's the demand. Because Kensington doesn't have an off-season, demand stays highly consistent, 365 days a year. Corporate travelers, American expats on extended stays, affluent families relocating to London. But there's also a hyper-local insider driver that supercharges rental use here, and that is medical tourism. The world-renowned Cromwell Hospital is right here in the neighborhood, meaning wealthy international patients and their families consistently book out premium service accommodation for weeks and months at a time. The opportunity to invest in quality service accommodation in this part of London is very real. That was Kensington, and what a day it has been. I walked the streets, I went inside a service apartment, I talked to the people running these properties, and I can tell you, this neighborhood absolutely delivers on everything I've been telling people about for the last 2 years. But before I go, I have to tell you the other reason I came to London this weekend. I was here to watch Fulham versus Newcastle at Craven Cottage, final score 2-0, and honestly, worth every mile of that flight from New York. Now, a little bit about me. I'm Claudia Louis. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Queens and Long Island, New York. My focus is helping people buy and sell homes, but every now and then I bring you something a little different like this. International cities, real neighborhoods, real properties, real numbers. Because a lot of my clients are at a stage in life where they are asking bigger questions. Do I want to travel more? Could I actually live abroad for a few months? What would that cost? And if London is on your list, renting a serviced apartment like the ones we look at today is honestly the smartest way to start. Come live here first. Get to know the city, walk the streets, take the tube, shop in these local stores, feel what it's like actually to be here. Then decide if buying makes sense. And buying in London, that's a whole other conversation. London is a world-class city, and buying here requires serious strategy and serious money. It's not a simple process for an American, but it is possible, and we will be going deeper into that in future videos. If you are thinking about buying or selling in Queens or Long Island, I'm your agent. All my details are in the description below. Reach out anytime. And if you want to come along on the next trip, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. There is so much more of London to explore, and honestly, I'll be back. This city keeps pulling me back. See you in the next one.